So 50 Cent is the master of jumping the shark. I mean, this guy can never get it right. And whenever you bring in a famous guy into some kind of sport that he doesn't belong, there's always a place for him, but it's got to be handled just right. Bellator has a PR team. Bellator sells out arenas. Bellator does record numbers on television, which means their PR team knows what they're doing because they have something the real world calls a plan. Always something that 50 Cent seems to leave out of the equation. So whenever you're in something that does not make sense, it's meant to be a spoof, and it's meant to baffle, and it's meant to be confusing. You can make that very compelling and make that interest worthy. You just can't try to work the audience by thinking you can outsmart the audience. You got to shoot. That means where you're straight and you level from your heart. For 50 Cent to get some kind of notoriety or some kind of play in the space of MMA, and in this case with Bellator, is okay because he's famous and because he has a fan base and he can draw money. Those are very important parts to the business that nobody ever wants to talk about. They all want to just talk about the punches and the kicks. No, man, there's other stuff, and it's okay to let the audience in on that side of it. Just shoot with them. Listen, CM Punk got his chance to fight. Ronda got her chance to wrestle. Conor got his chance to box. I want my chance in MMA. I'm going to take it. Yeah, I'm only going to get this because I knew the right people, and I'm a big enough draw that Scott Coker would take an hour out of his day to have a meeting with me, but it is what it is, and this is something that I want to do. So let's go find another bum that's got an interesting story. Let's get in the gym and let's both work towards it, and let's compete under the unified rules. That works and is compelling. 50 Cent, who cannot have a plan, no matter how much you want to beg him, 50, slow down. You're one of the more famous guys in the room. You're one of the wealthiest guys in the room. You're also the dumbest guy in the room at all times. Every single plan that you've ever ran with for marketing in the space of MMA, including your fake beef with Floyd Mayweather, constituted in a grand total of 30 minutes of social media attention when it could have been 30 or 60 or 90 days had you slowed down, realized where your weaknesses are, which is with the thinking part, let somebody else do the thinking and lay out a plan. So the dum-dum gets a picture, gets it set out on social media of him at a table with a pen in his hand, a contract in front of him, and Scott Coker at the table in a suit. Allow the speculation of that picture to circulate. No. What does Dum-Dum do? He goes and calls out Rampage Jackson, which is very fun for 30 minutes. Until one guy in the room goes, what commission's going to sanction that? And then we're brought back to the reality that no commission's going to sanction it. Now we have to face the reality that it's a publicity stunt instead of clinging to hope and elongating the false fame that you could have gotten if you would have just shot with everybody. Conor got a chance to box. CM Punk got his chance in MMA. Ronda got her chance in wrestling. I'm famous too. And here's what I'm going to take my chance at. Stay tuned. And I'll let you know the rest of the story. Elongate it. Dum-dum.